So this is going to be the first kitchen that is going to be cut, edge bended, and assembled in this location. So we've done bathrooms so far, vanities, closet, but now we're doing the first full-on kitchen, and only the boxes, the cabinet boxes for this project are 32 sheets in total. Okay, so today we're gonna try to use all these labels. I've nested the job, I got the material, CNC is prepped, ready to cut. So we have 32 sheets, 5 by 9, 3/4 of an inch material that needs to be cut and edge bended first. And then we're gonna start putting it together and assemble the cabinets. This is a kitchen, a full kitchen. We're getting the finished exterior, all the stained oak doors, drawer front, side panels from Montreal, and all the boxes are going to be cut and assembled here. Every time I'm using knives or router bits that are doing pockets in the sheets, I'm using down shear because I want to have the top very clean, and because it doesn't punch all the way through the material, it doesn't matter if the bottom of this cut wouldn't be perfectly clean, because it's just a pocket, it's not a cut all the way through. Yeah, well, we're using for the pockets, for the construction of the cabinet boxes, down shear router bits. It's a set of 3/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch diameter router bits. And until today, for the past 10 years or more, I've been using 2 flutes down shear router bits, and I haven't noticed how noisy they are actually when they're cutting. One thing that we didn't notice in Montreal is much tighter the space, right? We have the ceiling is much lower because we have the mezzanine. There's a lot of wood. There's a lot of things that are breaking the echo here because it's a big space and it has an echo. So I'm used to using 2 flutes, meaning it has 2 cutting edges on it. The thing with having such a big space and nothing to break the sound or the echo, when these are cutting, they whistle, scream like crazy, because they're spinning with about between 14 and 16,000 RPM, if I remember correctly. So they're super, super high speed. But having 2 flutes, it means that it has 2 cutting edges on it. I got the same downcut but the geometry is 3 flutes actually. So I'm hoping that because the cutting force now is, it used to be divided in 2 and now it's going to be divided in 3, it's going to make less noise or more noise. What do you think? Probably the noise is caused by the pressure that's being exerted by the material onto the router bed. And I go like, if I change it to a 3 flute router bed, same thing, down shear so that I get a clean cut on the surface, maybe they're going to be a little bit less noisier. For me, I'm hoping for less. Because if this doesn't whistle or scream at me, I'll be whistling and screaming. So either way, you get the B-roll. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that they're like considerably less noisy. A pocket is every time you remove some material from the stock sheet, but you're not cutting all the way through. So if you were to cut all the way through, then it's a cutout or an outline. If it's just removing a little bit of material so that you can achieve the lock dado construction that we're using, you have to remove about 50% of the thickness of the material. So right now we're using 3/4 of an inch material. The pockets are gonna be half of 3/4 of an inch, so 3/8 of an inch. And because you're using the same router bit, the same machine, same process, but because it doesn't go all the way through the material, it's called a pocket. This project was, again, designed by Ioana and Dalixa in the Montreal design department. And now it's going to be manufactured here and delivered and installed here in Austin. So it's going to be the first designed, manufactured, delivered, and installed product in Austin.